What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for your daily horoscope for October 1st, 2020. Rabbit, rabbit. It is Thursday. It is the full moon in Aries. It's quite the transit, quite the full moon. It's kind of like I want to say it's the kickoff of the second half of this astrological year, but it is in a way. But I want to say that the big kickoff is the new moon in Libra that's coming up. But it's like almost a two-part show, I want to say, because this is crazy, wild energy that's hitting us. And it's bringing up a lot. It's bringing up a lot of healing. It's bringing up a lot of identity issues. We do have the sun at 9 degrees in Libra, moon at 9 degrees of Aries for this full moon. Chiron's right in the mix. The sun just came off Chiron in opposition. So, this moon is transiting past it. So I feel like there's something about leaving wounds in the past that no longer serve your future. I think this is a big healing full moon. It's definitely asking us to look inside ourselves to find that passion and drive to move forward into this crazy new world. We have Uranus at 9 degrees, making a quincunx to this. So there's this I want to say this higher level that we're trying to be taken to in terms of our self-worth, values, confidence within ourselves. And there's just so much here within ourselves. And it's almost like this battle between, with the sun in Libra, it's like we could be taking ourselves to trial almost during this full moon and trying to truly find balance. And that balance is found within. And once you find that balance within, it will project out into your reality. And I think that's what we need to find is that balance within ourselves, because it's not about people making your life better right now. It's about, going deep within and making your own life better. It's about finding that confidence and beauty within yourself and moving forward. And we do have Mars on top of Eris here. Eris is this dwarf planet outside Pluto, if you're not familiar. She is the goddess of strife and discord, very opposite of Libra, a lot of disharmony, a lot of battles. But it's battles within to find harmony that I think we all have to go through. And Mars is kind of on top of that, saying, look, we got to take charge here for where we want to go in this reality. And of course, they are squaring off with Pluto and Saturn. Of course, that exact Saturn square was yesterday, but it's, Mars is starting to pick up a little pace here, move backwards. Pluto's coming up next, so Mars is not out of the, in the clear yet. And Mars has gone through a lot here in Aries, He came in, traveled all the way up to 28 degrees, and now he's starting to pick up pace, and he's heading back to 15 degrees. So he's squaring off not only with Saturn, but with Pluto and Jupiter. And he's going to do it again later on in the year and into January. So Mars has got a lot. It's like we have a lot of work to do inside of ourselves here. And, I think there's a lot that's going to manifest in our physical world that we're going to have to go within to find that passion and see what we're passionate about and how we want to move forward with certain things, with structures in life. And with Pluto being a part of this too, there's this big transformation we're going through within ourselves to kind of just tear down walls and tear down structures that don't belong or that aren't on our vibe anymore, so that we can have this beautiful rebirth and transformation. And Uranus is trying to help with that too, with this quincunx, even though the quincunx seems so weird. It is like God kind of pulling the strings and trying to ascend us in a powerful way. And it is by building a new reality here. A lot of it is about going within to change and build your reality. Saturn wants to bring some responsibility here, but it can also bring restrictions. It's like if things aren't with the vibe, I think there's going to be things that come up and pop up out of nowhere that show you that it's not with the vibe. And it's like we got to go within to find out where we're going and what our truth is and move past certain points of healing to make the big transformation in the structure of this life that we want to create for ourselves. Now, Katrina, who watches this all the time, I love you very much. Thank you. And I really appreciate her. She brought up that this is like a healing crisis that this could bring up in a lot of people with Chiron in this mix. And I think she's totally right. And I think she found that from another astrologer, but I can't remember if she gave me the name or I would give them credit. But I'm glad she brought that to my attention, because this is really kind of a healing crisis moment. of moving past old trauma, moving forward from things that have held us back, from any sort of programming or any sort of childhood issues. It's like time to step into a new direction and go towards something we really truly want to build and create and work towards in this life. And Mars is making great aspects to the node still. So it's like we have all the drive still and all the passion and all the energy, you could say, to go towards the truth and to even bring that wisdom with us. Like we are, the South Node in Sag doesn't want you to be the guru and think you know everything, but at the same time, it's like we can still expand within ourselves to make our immediate environment what we want it to be, to still look for facts, but to also, have a spiritual belief and have a trust in spirit. And we do have Jupiter and Neptune sextiling, and they're at a degree, 1 degree, 2 minutes, as I ran this chart today. So, they are coming and ratcheting it up closer, and we've had this for a long time, and it's getting more powerful as they come back together. So there's something about just trusting in like your guides and trusting in spirit and trusting in the unknown, that like there's a plan, and it's almost like the more disharmony that you project out into the world, the more disharmony you're going to receive back. And we can cancel that out by letting God kind of just take the reins in this crazy time. And it's so funny how everybody's so worked up about this election, and it blows my mind looking at the history of great conjunctions which we have this year on the winter solstice with Jupiter and Saturn. It's just not like a favorable time for presidents. There's been a lot of unfortunate things that have happened to presidents, or depending on what side you fall on, maybe it's fortunate. I don't know. But it's wild, and there's like a legit chance that neither of these men that everybody's fighting over will even hold that seat come a year from now. So it's just something to think about. I think we should all campaign for finding that sovereignty within ourselves and making our own environment what we want it to be, by being in that ultimate truth and by working on ourselves. And there's a lot about people here too with Libra, and it's like we got to have people that are working on themselves and that we vibe with, and there's this mutual reception. And we do have a mutual reception, and it's with Venus in Leo, this final degrees, as Venus is going to come over Regulus. We have to have the courage to have relationships in our life that align with our heart, that bring us happiness and joy, and we got to find that within ourselves. And Venus is still making this trine over to Mars for this full moon. So Venus is such a shining light during all this. And I know I say that all the time. I just love Venus so much, especially in Leo. And it's crazy because, my Venus is in Aquarius, my moon's in Aquarius, my North Node's in Aquarius. Like Venus in Leo isn't like a super favorable transit for me in my chart. But man, do I love the creativity and the beauty and the passion and the courage to find the beautiful partnerships in life, to find the beauty of life and to have fun. And even if it might hit me in weird ways, I just love that Venus in Leo so much. And this is the last day, as Venus is going to ingress into Virgo. So I think we got to take advantage of this powerful Venus that we get today and use this to really bring up the courage to be in our own self, to be in the ego that's going to drive us forward to the destiny, to our best self, and to let go of past wounds, and to just find some fun and harmony in life, and to enjoy it for what it is, and the simple things in life that come about on a day-to-day basis that don't have to do with some wild election and crazy politics. And this Mercury in shadow in Scorpio conjunct Juno, coming off that exact conjunction too, but still there for this full moon. Partnerships are a big deal, and I think we have to really communicate deeply about what we want and who we truly are. And there's a vulnerability aspect here that I think just has to be there in terms of relationships. Like there has to be a deep understanding and vulnerability and communication of our wounds and how we want to move forward from that, and seeing the other person, seeing what they've had to go through, and understanding each other. And it's like the more we just pick at each other's wounds, especially verbally, stuff like that, like this can be a tough one. And Mercury is in a sessi quadrant to Neptune also for this. So there's weird aspects all over the place. That's a 135-degree angle. It's a nasty one. It's not a comfortable one. And even though they are in the same or in the same element in water, they're just not seeing eye to eye. And it's like somehow we got to find some sensitivity and bring that vulnerability up for people, even if it feels like it's hard. You got to bring that deep truth out, or you're never going to be able to vibe with the right people. Because the people that you truly vibe with, they get you, they understand you, they don't judge you. I think there's a lot about that too. This full moon could definitely bring people judging and pointing the finger and projecting traumas onto people, especially with people that don't pay attention to astrology, they don't care. They're just doing their politics and upset and whatever. Like there can be a lot of upset people. And I think that it's good that there's a lot of people out there that are doing the work for themselves, because they're going to hold that light and hold that energy for some of the people that aren't. And, I wish them the best. I really do. And I wish you all the best, always. So, yeah, there's something about holding that light and doing that work, that inner work, to move forward with what we want to do and to have that courage and that passion to live a beautiful, harmonious life in the best way that we can. It's a wild full moon. It's going to bring out some werewolves, for sure. It's going to be beautiful, though, for what it's worth. What is this? The 7 of Coins, reversed. I think we still have a lot of work to do to get the reality we want. The work's never done, so we got to do the little things in life for ourselves that can help us build and create something beautiful, but we got to not carry too big of a load. I think if we put too much on our shoulders and expect too much right now, we could leave ourselves feeling a little drained. And it's important to focus on on yourself and what would really make you happy, and to not worry too much about the things that are just weighing on you. I pulled that card because of the Knave of Wands, which is the Page of Wands, upright. We have to be curious for love. We have to be curious and look for the environment we want, and to find the love and the passion in life. And when we find it, to grab it, not let go. And, not be afraid to just, go look for it too. What's the overall card for today? Wow, the Death card reversed. We can't be scared of a crazy, wild transformation in life that could bring us to a beautiful new place and have us just come alive. We want to feel alive from the heart, and we can't be afraid of that energy. I think the overall here is we got to be curious about finding the heart within us, finding that passion to go for it, as well as really focusing on what we actually do want to build, and not building things up that we don't actually enjoy or bring us any sort of happiness. Because what, are we scared to make maybe one of the biggest changes in our life that actually proves to be one of the most amazing, beautiful things that we ever did for ourselves? Heavy with the Death card reversed to finish it off. But the Death card reversed is, the Death card upright wants us to let something go, to have something beautiful blossom in our life. And the Death card reversed is why are you blocking something beautiful? Because you're too scared to let go of it, to have something beautiful come in. So I think we have to let go of some trauma in this full moon. I think we have to let go of some judgments. We have to kind of just step into this wild new reality that we're being taken into right now, and be curious about what it can bring us, because I think there's tons of beautiful things that can still manifest in awesome ways. And the media won't tell you that, because they want you to be fearful and angry at each other and fight everybody. But there's beauty out there, and I hope you all find it today. I love you guys very, very much. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the new subscribers that came from Betsy's channel. I'm so happy I got to do that with her. I really enjoyed that, and I enjoy all of you guys very much. Also, I'm going to be doing a podcast with, if you're on Twitter, it's Astro Jade and Astro Kara. They have a Blame It on the Stars podcast that we're going to record tomorrow. And I don't know when they're going to drop it, but we're going to record it, so keep an eye out for that. They're also on YouTube as the Astro Babes, I think. Pretty sure their YouTube's the Astro Babes. So they do card pulls and stuff on there. They're great. I recommend following them. They're super cool girls. And their astrology is great too. So yeah, Blame It on the Stars. I think I know it's on Spotify. I'm pretty sure it's in iTunes, in that podcast area too, but I've only gone to Spotify. But yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to Betsy, Katrina, and everybody else. I love you all very much. I hope you have a great full moon. I hope you have a great October 1st. And sending you all my best. Peace.